guess I will.
Hey, what's up, everyone? In yet another movie that we're reviewing that's based on a TV show that I've never seen, we're reviewing The Munsters.
Now you should really see
This
it.
is I'm not a fan of black and white TV shows. I'm not even a big fan of black and white animation, okay?
Okay, you got that?
I didn't even like Boondock Saints, and that was like this.
Boondock Saints does not even equal close to this
A
movie.
quality thing?
Oh my gosh.
Thanks for suggesting that, sir. Anyway, people, this is not my first Rob Zombie rodeo, but it is Kay's first Rob Zombie rodeo. This is the guy who's done stuff like Night of a Thousand or House of a Thousand Corpses. What are you doing? Devil's Rejects, Halloween 2, Lords of Salem.
Just thought maybe your little card was there.
31. I haven't seen this movie, 3 from Hell. And now I've seen this one, The Munsters. It's okay.
But no cigar.
Even if this was an R-rated Rob Zombie movie, or if it was like a PG movie from any other horror director or any other director, this wouldn't even be in my top 50 films that I'd ever want to see. But I do applaud Rob Zombie, regardless of how I feel about this film. I do applaud him for trying something different. I felt he was always in like a niche
bubble. Niche.
Yeah, he had a niche. He had a niche of like R-rated, cussing, blood and gore, torture horror films.
Why I wouldn't want to watch him.
This is the only film of his you'd probably want to see. Maybe parts of Devil's Rejects. I can't remember.
And he tried to make it like a comedy. Well, that stand-up comedian, or whatever you want to call him.
All of these people.
He died when his brother died, and then his accomplice or partner or assistant, whatever, took the wrong brain.
I was about to say someone's a fan of Tammy and the T-Rex, but that isn't really a rip off of it.
That's a brain too. I need a brain.
Okay, so that is kind of a rip off of Tammy and the T-Rex. What would you rather watch again, this or Tammy and the T-Rex? You hate that I have to that you'd have to make a choice, right?
You always keep asking me like this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think they're both about the same level.
I think Tammy and the T-Rex is a little funnier.
Maybe.
And shorter.
This one, I guess I never saw the Munsters when she first met.
Or you never saw
when Lily first met.
Well, I don't think you ever saw the show because you were like, "Is that Uncle Fester?" And I'm like, "That's Addams Family." And you were like, "Oh, maybe I haven't seen the Munsters then."
I think I saw the Munsters because I remember his laugh and stuff like that, but I don't think I ever saw when they were dating and got engaged and got married and that, and then moved to Hollywood.
Brad said this was a prequel.
A prequel to the
TV show, yeah.
Ah, so then I am seeing the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Now we'll have to go back and watch the TV show.
I feel this movie is kind of 3 parts. The first part is a hijinks before Lily meets Herman Munster.
The dating app or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you like rats? Yes. And then he pulls out all these pictures of rats.
Igor, fix my back. Or I don't remember how he sounded, but like,
Yeah.
Igor, fix my back. Oh, thank you.
After 300 years, he can't do that stuff anymore.
Mm-hmm. It's like after 300 years, your body starts falling apart.
Yeah, some of us feel after 50 or 60 years our body starts
That's
like,
you in 10 years. Stop lying. So anyway,
oh wow. That's why I said 50.
so there's that, and what's kind of funny is that I'm guessing this movie doesn't have a super huge budget, as most, or this movie couldn't attract a lot of celebrities because uh, the guy who plays Herman Munster plays like 3 or 4 roles in the movie. Sherry Moon Zombie plays 2 roles in the movie. The guy who's the werewolf plays 2 roles in the movie.
And I thought the Count played too. I thought the Count played also the TV personality.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, okay. I thought so.
Um, so there's just, it's kind of like,
Well, when they did Sonny and Cher.
well,
I've got you,
that's
babe.
in part 2.
Okay, so part 1 is before
We're gonna
they
go
meet.
full spoilers. Part 1 is before they meet. Part 2 is when they meet to
Start dating.
no, they
The werewolf cousin.
per, until they go to Paris.
Well, they get married and honeymoon in Paris.
That's part 2, and then part 3 is from Paris till the ending, because it's at that point that it turns into a different type of movie, in my opinion.
Okay. Well, when they go to Paris and they want to go see that show, the Loch Ness monster or whatever,
Oh yeah,
in
in
the
the caves.
sewers or whatever.
I don't know if it's Loch Ness Monster, but it looks like Loch Ness Monster.
Well, it was awfully small, so it must have been a baby. And when they were in their hotel room, they put him in the bathtub, but when they showed him in the house, he was in the bed. So if he's like a reptile, doesn't he need to be in water all the time?
Lizards aren't always in the
okay.
water.
Okay, that's a good point.
So maybe he's. I think you might be thinking of an amphibian.
Mm.
But yeah,
I
could.
It had some funny parts.
Gators can live on land.
Yeah, but they're
Snakes
very
can live on land.
close to water. Snakes don't need water unless they're a water snake.
Mm-hmm. Sea snake, but yeah. Or water moccasin.
Okay, so let's get off the snakes and go back.
The reason why I say part 3, and in my opinion, I would say maybe, for me, the movie is just hijinks for a good chunk of the first third, in my opinion. It isn't until Herman comes alive.
That's in the first part.
Well, I'm saying...
You talked about part 3, now you're going back to the first part.
Yeah.
Okay.
I found the beginning, like, maybe 20 or 30 minutes just kind of, like, scatterbrained or scattershot. Like, maybe this was Rob Zombie's attempt to make a Munsters television show. And when studio said no, he was like, okay, I'll just take it into a 2-hour movie.
Well, when was this made? Just
this year.
Oh, okay.
And there's a lot of Rob Zombie regulars. But yeah, it isn't until Lily meets Herman Munster that I would say the movie, like,
Well, how
it
she
has
reacted when he was on TV, the unveiling.
Yeah. But not only that, that's when it felt like it had a plot and focus.
Yeah, maybe.
There's also a side plot about, like, real estate. What?
No, they're both quiet.
Thank gosh. Thank goodness. Uh, so that's why I kind of say, so I say like the movie got better at that point. Um, the reason why I say with Paris, that's when it gets into the face. That's when it gets into part three, because
I thought that would be part two.
that's when you take characters out of their area, like with Dukes of Hazzard, and the joke is mainly at like the reactions, like "Ooh!" like the mime like screaming or something, which was funny.
Or the one that like is eating spaghetti and then falls her face in the spaghetti.
There's also some jokes that I don't know if they're like secret gags or if they're in jokes or if it's just supposed to be funny because it is. Because there's one part where Herman Munster gets drunk on Shirley Temples.
They got bumped up to
Which,
first class, and everyone in first class
just ran to coach.
And then the flight attendant was parachuting off of the plane. And then he got tipsy on Shirley Temples or whatever. And two pilots had to help him off.
Yeah, because he had like a hangover, and I'm like, is that like
Shirley Temples don't have anything?
I'm like, is that like a joke about how monsters
can't handle alcohol?
Can't handle juice?
I know, but they drink wine. And remember, he brought to dinner. He brought O negative blood in a wine bottle for the Count.
Tomb Sweet Tomb or something, or
Home Sweet Home. Yep.
Yeah. There's a lot of like, that's kind of funny. That's pretty funny. And okay, part 3.5. When the movie really gets good, and you're gonna know who I'm talking about, but they bring in Miss Peterson. They bring in Elvira.
She's the realtor.
And
don't get scared by how I look. They come in Halloween. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is the point that is like extremely good, and I kind of wish like, oh, why couldn't this have been the plot? Like, yeah, I know it would have been considered a ripoff of Dark Shadows, and I would have been a huge hypocrite to be anti what I said with Dukes of Hazzard, but there's nothing political in this, so. And I doubt Rob Zombie would have written a blackface gag in a PG movie. At least I'm hoping.
That guy was black. Hi. The werewolf.
I was talking about Sean William Scott. No, the guy who was the werewolf was the guy who was it Jose Garcia or Mr. Garcia from NCIS or
from Hawaii Five-0?
Yeah,
he wasn't the werewolf.
Yeah, he was.
He wasn't that thin.
No, his friend that was like taller, like when they were uncovering the tomb at the beginning. The tall, thin guy.
Yeah.
That was the werewolf. He played the werewolf.
Oh, the scientist?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. It just seemed really different.
Yeah, some of these people had like voices. Like, I don't know how to describe Sherry Moon Zombie's voice in this movie. I don't even know if I've never seen the Munsters, so I don't know. Maybe she's doing a spot-on impression, because it sounds nothing like her. It sounds nothing like her Firefly character. It sounds nothing like her from
I think
the Halloween movies.
Lily and the Munsters, both characters had deeper voices.
She sounded like this. Woo, 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 woo. That's my best attempt, folks.
Not really.
There's
but
someone
you
from
can attempt it.
there's someone from Laugh-In. There's this one girl or this one actress that like showed it the woo 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 woo.
Joanne Woodward,
I guess
Goldie Hawn.
it wasn't Goldie Hawn,
Okay.
but yeah, once Cassandra Peterson comes in, that's when this movie. It's like the movie. She elevated the material, or that's when Rob
Excuse me, I'm
Zombie
tired.
got silly and slapsticky. But that's when it worked, in my opinion. There was like a scene where she was like, like like in like
When
fast,
she first met them.
like in fast motion, like, and then like
Well,
falls down.
But then she goes to show them the house.
Yeah, and it's
So that one house wouldn't sell until that other house sold.
yeah, like there was this decrepit Addams Family Scooby-Doo house, and then there was this nice, quaint Mid-America house, and they were like, ugh, we don't want that. We want this creepy, scary house. And they're
Okay,
like,
okay, I'll sell it to you. You
okay,
can have
go
it.
ahead, take it.
When do you want to move in? Now. Okay, cool.
Wait till you see what we do with it.
I don't want any gravestones moved or anything.
Yeah, we love to chat with people. I'm like, okay. But then
Can't wait to go in the backyard and look who we've got.
dig up some people or something. But not only that, but there was also...
Well, how they got to the house.
That's what I was gonna say. There's an animated sequence. Which... I'm trying to think. I don't know if Rob Zombie... I'm trying to think if he's ever had animated sequences in any
And when
of his
you mean
other
animated,
movies.
you mean like the newspaper cartoon section, like
Like,
black and white.
like they're in front, like they're clearly in front of like a cartoonish green screen.
Yep.
Like,
Oh, excuse me.
we're in
Taking
Hollywood,
pictures.
yay!
Taking pictures. I still want to know how much money they made.
Well, it was released direct to Netflix, and
No, in the movie with Werewolf.
oh yeah,
He
at the
made
end,
money and
they made a ton of money by selling the old mansion, I guess.
well, no, he didn't have much money, and then he went to Vegas to bet it all.
Oh right, but okay, I just thought of something. What this movie could have also been like is maybe a little bit like Hotel Transylvania.
Hmm.
Is
Well,
Hotel
yes.
Transylvania a rip-off of the Munsters then?
I don't think so because he doesn't create monsters. He has all the minions.
So,
If you have nothing to watch and it's Halloween and you want to do it with your family,
yeah, it's on
it's
Netflix.
on Netflix. So
It's on Netflix, and if not at,
maybe your local library has it.
I don't know if they would have it this
No.
soon.
Yeah,
It
it
came
just
out-
came out. Yeah.
It came out a few weeks ago. They
But
might.
did it go straight to DVD or to movie?
It went to Netflix, DVD, and
Oh, got
Blu-ray.
it. Okay.
I don't even know if DVD, but I'm definitely sure Blu-ray. I don't follow DVDs as much.
Okay.
I
I mean,
do-
you know, Halloween is coming up, so yeah, watch it.
I do applaud Rob Zombie for getting out of his comfort zone. I would like to see him maybe do another movie and maybe even go a little more out of his comfort zone, like not try to direct one with like monsters and horror, but like, I don't know, do one about, I don't know, a rock band or something.
But he was a rock singer.
His music's not for me.
And then he was going to work in the funeral business.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Rob Zombie.
No, and then he freaks out, remember?
Oh yeah, they freak out when they see all of the gross people because it's the day after Halloween and they're not in costumes.
And all of the decorations are gone.
They're like, ew!
What was the werewolf's name? Lenny or?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind seeing if they do make a sequel to this, if they make it only like an hour and a half, hour and 35, maybe hour and 40 minutes. and they improve some jokes because
Because don't the
I could
Munsters have
see.
a son?
I don't know.
Oh. Or am I thinking the Adams family has son and daughter?
Yeah, Wednesday and Pugsley.
Mm.
I would like to. If they do make a sequel, we'll check it out. If it's PG or even PG-13, I hope it's not rated R because knowing Rob Zombie, it was kind of funny. Just like him like it's like he wrote an R-rated script, and then whenever he found and then he did like a search for like a swear word and replaced it with like another word. Like I don't know. You can rot in dungeons,
Person.
you stinky head, or something like that. Like clearly replacing like profanity with like G and PG rated words.
But I think
That's probably not how it happened, but maybe
you
that's how it
could
did.
watch this with your family.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
nothing.
I don't think they would be scared.
There's only like two things that are like maybe a little edgy. He says crap and did they imply that when you get old, like your body just droops, or was that another thing I'm thinking of?
That's another thing.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Because she's 150, but it's like 100, so she's still young to have children.
No, him saying it.
No, she said it to the
No,
realtor.
I'm wondering if he said it too.
Oh.
Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Oh well.
I don't know. Anyway, if you got a moment, go for it. Watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Have fun.
Join us next time when we take a look at
What?
Mr. King. Bye.
Bye bye.